大家好，我是 Jason Wang 王凯杰。
I'm starting my journey through the world of Michelin-starred dining. I've got an appetite for learning about the culture of the countries I'll visit, using delicious foods and flavors to record my travels. Armed with my 5 senses, I want to take a closer look at how masterful chefs prepare the finest cuisine in the world. Come with me. Let's explore what it truly takes to create a Michelin star-worthy meal. The second stop on my Michelin food journey has led me from Hungary to the neighboring country of Austria. In 2019, the Michelin Guide recommended a total of 93 restaurants in Austria, with 19 of them being awarded Michelin stars. I've picked one of these starred restaurants as my first place to visit here, since it's known for turning the norms of Michelin dining on its head.
Our next stop is a 1-star Michelin restaurant that, though low-key and unassuming, has a menu filled with exciting contrasts and surprises. But how do we get there? I hear it's located at the U4 stop of the Viennese subway. Let's go.
This Michelin-starred restaurant is atypical in many ways. First, it's located on a quiet corner of an unassuming neighborhood instead of at a hotspot downtown. Secondly, the chef got to fulfill his dream of cooking in the professional culinary world at the age of 34 after a midlife career change. After being open for only 3 years, this restaurant has since received a Michelin star for 2 consecutive years. That's an amazing feat.
"原来就是这一家，好像很低调。And wow, it's a little different. 他们没有 menu， 他们就是问3个问题：你多饿？你什么东西不吃？还有你有多少时间？ So, kind of an interesting take on the chef's twist. Let's go see what's inside. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. How are you? I'm looking
fine.
for Chef Wolfgang.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you?
You
Oh,
found me.
nice to meet you. This is your restaurant?
Exactly, my extended living room.
Okay.
It's small but simple.
I get a very different vibe
Yeah.
from your restaurant. You're dressed very casually.
Yeah, it is. That's
Okay.
how it is. Yeah, we just wanted to create a special experience, not like the stiff
Sure.
classic experience.
Yeah.
Just easygoing. There's no need to dress up. Everybody's allowed to laugh here. It's like a condensed idea of the soul of an Austrian classic restaurant. We've got
okay.
all these wooden
Okay, all the
panels.
Mutolda, yeah. And I noticed you don't really have a menu.
No.
How does it work here?
We just do surprise menus. 2 questions are structuring the
Okay.
meal, the menu. How big is your appetite?
Okay.
It's going to decide the number
Yeah.
of courses.
Yeah.
And is there anything you don't want to eat?
Okay.
Has this unique establishment broken down your stereotype of a Michelin-starred restaurant yet? In its review, the Michelin Guide writes, "This former bar in Vienna's 9th district is simple and pleasantly unpretentious. Its surprise menu promising inexpensive yet sophisticated fare that is full of contrast. No unnecessary frills here, just excellent produce and great value for money." This restaurant with no set menu puts the emphasis on keeping things simple and focused on the food. Actually, these days, fine dining in a more relaxed, easy atmosphere is becoming more and more on trend. Today, I'm here to taste a 5-course menu of Chef Wolfgang's innovative and creative cuisine.
I just had to point out, it's a unique napkin, and I have to say, it kind of looks like a dough bun that we might have in Taiwan. So,
Yeah, okay.
好像像一个馒头一样，很特别。How did you decide to?
Oh, it's not the traditional way. It's not
Okay.
We just try to do things differently.
Okay.
And it's one of the easiest moves to do. Just
okay.
It looks like a sculpture or
Okay,
like a risen dough or
yeah.
whatever it is. And sometimes we take the easier route.
Okay.
And in this case, There's a name of it. It's called the lazy guy.
Lazy guy.
We just focus on the plate, on the quality of the ingredients, the quality of our cooking, the glass.
Yes.
And everything else is cut to the bone. So it's about the pure experience of dining.
With Chef Wolfgang's refreshingly laid-back philosophy on dining, aren't you just as curious as I am to see what's on our mystery menu today? Let's have our first taste.
And 我觉得这个摆盘相当特别，因为你看他们的盘子每一个都好像是 like an organic form, and I think it's really nice that it's kind of like the food is kind of crawling up on the side a little bit. It's a very nice organic form. So I'm going to tuck right into this.
Sure.
What's the best way to eat it?
I'm a spoon guy, so
Okay,
I usually take a
spoon.
spoon and dig in.
Okay.
For me, it's important to always get some of the sauce, because the sauce is usually the backbone of our kind of kitchen, ties things together.
I think for me, what's really nice is the play of textures in here. Initially, when you eat it, there's this kind of smoky flavor as you kind of chew into the Arctic char. But then you have the celeriac, which has body to it, but it's still crisp. And then you have a little bit of acidity, and you have the pops of the roe in there. So I think it's a really interesting. And how did you come up with this particular dish?
Actually, our backbone of our kitchen is vegetables are always seasonal and regional. The rest doesn't have to be that way. So to pair celeriac and apples and juniper is probably the classic way.
Okay.
So we just wanted to make a light starter, local fish in this case, salt it a little bit, give them a little bit of smoke, a little bit of body. Latest history, we're playing around a little bit with tartars, so but not the classic beef tartar. We usually take lamb. In this case, it's mangalitsa pork.
我觉得很特别，就是主厨刚刚有提出来，他这边的是卷毛猪 ，so mangalitsa， it's 很传统的一个 pork, but he's made it into a tartar, so kind of freshen up the presentation and also just a different way of eating that particular item. And I think what's really interesting is 里子通常是跟猪肉可以搭配的 ，and I think 很多欧洲的概念就是传统经典的料理是有用到水果搭配到肉 ，and I think 这是很特别的一个用法。但是亚洲也有这种用法 ，maybe 广东式的with 凤梨 or other fruits in here 里头。还有 mustard seeds 上面的叶子就是 mustard 的叶子，所以是同样的食材，不同的部位或是不同的 parts 都可以做成不同种的 flavor.
We learned about Mangalitsa pork previously during our time in Hungary. Considered a Hungarian national treasure, this unique breed of pig was developed in the 19th century during the times of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So Austria also produces Mangalitsa, though in smaller quantities. Tartare usually refers to a French cuisine preparation using raw beef, but as long as it's called tartare, you can assume it's going to be something raw.
Try this spoon, okay? 这道的口感相当不一样，因为肉其实是生的，但是主厨有把上面的皮和油先烤过，所以等于是猪皮变成已经酥酥脆的，然后吃的以前他把它 mix 在里头，好像是在吃生鱼片的那种口感。还有这个小的 garnish， 你不要看好像上头就是这个小叶子就是没有用的，但是这个 flavor is 很强，有一点辣辣的，有一点像胡椒，所以。每一道菜上头的所有的 little garnishes and all the little additions are very, very important to the overall flavor concept of that dish. Delicious.
Perfect.
Oh my God, Chef, what is this? It looks like grated cheese.
Yeah, sort of. It's our take on a classic Italian pasta dish. We came back from a holiday. We always try to incorporate personal experience in our dishes, in the whole dining experience. In this case, we made pasta out of squids.
他把套 Q 做成 pasta。所以他说很多人不能吃面类的东西，他们也很欣赏这一道菜。Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Sure. You see, especially I think the sauce is like a classic pasta flavor, but it's in a lighter way of presenting it. Touch of layers of acidity,
Wow.
as you already pointed out.
OK， 这道看起来好像是 flavor 应该很温柔的，但你放在嘴巴里 ，it's 很强烈的酸香的，还有 fragrant 的香喷喷的，因为是有柠檬皮，还有这种 finger lime。finger lime 是很小的一种特别的 lime， 然后挤出来的。一块一块的，好像等于是像鲑鱼卵或是鱼子酱的这种小粒爆在嘴巴里。
This one is, I think, is a very interesting technique. I call it exploding tomatoes. So you just poke a few holes.
Yeah.
Put it in a really hot pan.
Okay.
Some oil in it, salt it slightly, and then the inner part starts to heat up.
Okay.
Then you just quickly peel it, and if you bite into it, it's like the sensation of a bursting or exploding tomatoes.
OK， 所以主厨就是给了一个小秘密，他做这个的 technique 等于是爆炸的 tomato 里头是很液体的 liquid， 但是外面因为是烧烤过，等于是 concentrate， 所以咬在嘴巴里就是哇一喷的就是 tomato flavor. So thanks for sharing one of your secrets. How everyone can make it at home. So.
From exploding tomatoes to calamari pasta, you can easily get a sense of how unexpected and out-of-the-box Chef Wolfgang is with his cuisine. Each dish is painting a clearer and clearer picture of his full creativity.
哇，这一道菜的摆盘真的是很特别。主厨的概念是他要做很简单的摆盘，人家吃的时候慢慢吃，慢慢加 sauce， 后来越吃越多层次 of flavor coming out。所以这个很特别，因为是 dairy cow 的，但是这个是有机的，然后是他朋友自己养的，还有搭配的就是这个是 caviar， 是Austrian 这种的鱼子酱，是很 local 的东西。Okay, so I'm gonna go in here.
Sure, give it a try.
这个 flavor 好像是一个 very intense beef flavor.
Yeah, classic beef chewy with a touch of summer truffles in it.
所以它的这个酱料也是用 beef 里头的这种汤汁熬成一个 sauce， 然后加了一点 summer truffles. And I think 很特别就是这个 artichoke， 也许观众朋友们没有看过。artichoke 是原来是一个植物的花，它的形状等于是像一个小杯子 sauce 都可以放在这里头。artichoke 的口感好像是笋。春天的这种笋是蛮扎实的，但是又脆，但是有一点 juicy. And let me try this one here. Oh, that's very rich.
Yeah,
very smooth. Okay.
That's why I said eat it at the end.
Okay. 所以别看这个好像是很小一点，但是相当的 rich and decadent， 因为里头有那个 bone marrow into here plus the salinity of the caviar. It's a really kind of smooth everything over at the end. 你吃这个牛肉的时候，原来就本来很特别很奢侈，然后再把这个加上去，就是顶级的。
Using dairy cow for meat is definitely very unusual. Every few weeks, Chef Wolfgang changes the menu, but his focus is always on out-of-the-ordinary, small-scale, and artisanally produced ingredients. This is what makes the food here so special and full of surprises, just like what's hidden in our dessert course coming up next.
Chef, I'm just saying this kind of looks like a piece of sponge on top of my dessert. What's going on here?
It is. I think a special technique. I saw it once in England, and we adopted the recipe.
Okay.
It's like an aerated ice cream.
Oh.
So it's like an ice cream base with no cream in it.
Okay.
So just the usual ingredients like egg yolks and so on. But there's no cream in it, and you whip the cream and you fold it into the ice cream base.
So you get that structure. Okay.
And then you can use a vacuum machine
and
suck it out of here.
Okay.
So you get huge blocks like that. Very interesting because it looks overwhelming. But then if you take a spoon, it's gonna be gone in a second.
所以我来尝一下这个很特别的冰淇淋。一放在嘴巴里就已经化掉就不见了。Wow.
So this is dulce di leche. Dulce di leche ice cream.
Okay.
So the slowly condensed caramelized milk. With a touch of soy sauce actually to get this salted caramel thing. On the bottom there's a cake.
Okay.
Dark chocolate cake.
And these it's dried, dehydrated.
Dehydrated and then rehydrated beets. Touch of sugar and citric acid.
Okay.
So it's like sweet and sour sensation. There's a sweet in Austria mimicking actually this thing. So it's like a childhood memory We pair it with raspberries to get some freshness, some they're in season right now, get some freshness, and I think it's a nice pairing with beets, actually. And the beets and the dark chocolate share the same earthiness.
Earthy, yes.
Yeah.
This ice cream 有一个 secret ingredient 我们亚洲的朋友们会知道，酱油。So there's actually a little bit of soy sauce in here 因为给它一种鲜度 and I think that whole idea of kind of sweet savory is very interesting 好像就是像亚洲有的时候甜点会放一点咸的东西在里头我觉得大家会很喜欢
Soy sauce in dessert? This amazing idea has just left me a bit speechless. Chef Wolfgang is a naturally gifted chef who started his career as a business consultant. Spurred on by his love of food, at the age of 34, he began studying cooking from the ground up and eventually spent time in one of Vienna's 2 Michelin star restaurants, and also in starred restaurants in London and Copenhagen under internships. In 2015, he opened his own restaurant where he not only cooks as chef, but also serves, hosts, and even handles the decor. Chef Wolfgang does it all. Starting in 2018, his efforts were rewarded with 1 Michelin star, and his restaurant maintained that status in 2019.
Actually, I think it's pretty much about the personal experience. If you feel the passion, if you feel the personality of a kitchen, then it's going to be a fun and good evening, good menu. So we just try to work with things that have some meaning for us.
Okay.
Like the part in the dessert, like the small chewy stuff.
Yeah.
It's a childhood memory. So there's some reference points in our culinary consciousness.
Sure.
And we try to trigger these things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. That's how it is. Our general philosophy is we use with seasonal and regional products.
Okay.
The vegetables, usually always seasonal and regional. I don't want to have a copied dish.
Gotcha. Okay.
It should always be our own ideas, our own inspiration.
This approach and philosophy towards cooking, along with the unique creativity, is what allowed Chef Wolfgang to earn a Michelin star in just 3 short years. In fact, when Michelin first called to notify him about his first star, he nearly missed the message.
We cooked all the day, and then when the service was over, I went to do the dishwash.
Okay. So all hands on deck. Okay.
Exactly. After a few months, we said, okay, it's not going to work like that. We have to get a proper dishwasher. And on this particular afternoon, the dishwasher was sick. He was ill.
Okay.
So I was back at the dishwasher again. And somebody called, and my sous chef said to me, hey, there's somebody wants to talk to me. I don't have the time. I don't want to. I'm fed up. I'm doing the dishwash.
Okay.
And this guy called the second time and said, okay,
we need to speak
to you. We need to speak to the head chef. And I was grumpy at the time. I said, okay, what's wrong? What's wrong? What can I do for you? And then he told me we're going to receive a Michelin star.
But what was the actual emotion when they actually told you? Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy because you don't expect it. We didn't expect it. We, as I said, we had no dishwasher in the beginning. Yeah. We don't have.
Were you happy? Were you excited? Were you unexpected?
It's a great achievement. It's a great achievement. Yeah. But it's strange because in the same moment you are enlightened that you reach this goal.
Got it.
But in the next moment you think, okay, so then we have to push even harder.
Ah, gotcha.
Probably get a second one.
Yes. Okay.
But it's
so it's balancing that kind of. Yeah.
I mean, you have to be crazy to do
the restaurant industry to begin with.
In the first place, it makes you want more.
So it's motivation.
It's motivation. It's motivation.
People have noted that the Michelin selection of this fine dining restaurant with such no-frills decor and service represents the guide's broadening view of what Michelin star-worthy dining is, and a return to a focus on the food itself. Enjoying fine cuisine in a relaxed setting with casual service has become more and more popular. After enjoying my meal, I get another treat. Chef Wolfgang is going to show me around the neighborhood. Chef says that exploring and strolling around is often a great source of inspiration.
Please. Okay, thanks. So, I mean, I really enjoyed the meal, and thank you for also sharing with me a little bit some of your techniques for.
Of course. No secrets.
After you create the dishes, I mean, they're all slightly different, or you kind of, okay, this one's gonna work, and we'll kind of, if people like these ingredients, then we'll make this one.
Actually, all of our dishes they start in my head. So I start to sample all these ingredients, put them together in my head, and usually it works.
Okay.
That's my approach to creating dishes.
Okay. So this church is.
It used to be a monastery. This is the monastery. This is the church. So it's like center of this quarter. Okay. But it's a hidden theater. Okay. And I think it's one of the nicest streets around, actually, in Vienna. This is a very nice shop. I'm probably going to show it. They're very nice
cheeses.
Breads, actually. Exactly.
Breads and cheeses.
You can have a cheese, sit here, have a cheese, or you can go for a little bit shopping.
Okay.
You want to taste something. It's cheese Klaus, as it called.
Hello, how are you? I'm Jason. Nice to meet you. Hello.
I think it's related to Santa Claus, but it's a different story.
It's different for the cheese Klaus.
Oh, wonderful.
So like what we said, we have a lot of different cheese. The idea is to have a place where you can good cheese, high quality. This one is the oldest cheese we have in stock.
所以这是很传统的 Austrian cheese， 等于是有点像意大利的这种 Parmesan cheese. The longer you age it, the more flavor it develops. Very well developed.
Yeah.
Normally, you don't get this cheese so old.
Yeah.
It's a special thing that we have one user who's ripening them so long.
It really has a full flavor.
In the end, you get lots of strong flavor.
Chef Wolfgang says that during his free time, he likes to walk around, chat with folks, discover new things, and find new flavors to inspire his cooking. This next shop is also one of his frequent stops.
I think it's really nice interior. It used to be a drugstore.
Oh, okay.
But a really old one.
What do you like to get here? Croissants or?
The croissants?
Okay.
Like as in Paris. Really. The best in Vienna, if you ask me. Can we have a croissant, bitte?
Okay.
Everybody should try it. It's really nice. It's like buttery, really buttery.
Okay.
And as you can smell.
Smells delicious. Yeah.
So it's like a guilty pleasure. A guilty pleasure.
哦，你看面包也有一丝一丝的这种是好的 croissant 才这样子。
Very good, if you ask me.
That's really tasty.
The running joke is that Chef Wolfgang is the neighborhood ambassador since he's friends now with virtually all the business owners. This is also one of Chef's secrets to amazing cuisine. Discovering the small details from everyday life and drawing inspiration to create new ideas. Thank you, Chef Wolfgang, for the warm hospitality and for being so generous and sharing so much about your cooking. In fact, from your dishes, I've encountered another luxury ingredient I'm curious to learn more about.
Why are we up so early in the morning? Well, remember yesterday we went to Pramerl the Wolf where we had this fantastic local caviar? Well, we're gonna get to meet its producer today, one of only 2 in the entirety of Austria of this top quality ingredient. But we gotta take a ride of 3 hours by car. And why so far? They actually are producing this high up in the mountain regions of Austria. I'm really curious what they're doing up there with this amazing product. Let's go see how it's produced. Come on. Hello.
Today's destination is a caviar farm located right by Austria's Kakalpen National Park. Austria isn't a coastal country, but instead relies on the purest mountain spring waters to rear fish for caviar production. The particular variety of fish? Sturgeon. Along with foie gras and truffles, sturgeon caviar is considered one of the 3 most luxurious ingredients used in Western cuisine.
Hi, hello, my name is Jason.
Hallo, ich bin der Helmut, sehr froh. Willkommen bei Alpenkaviar.
Thank you very much. It's a beautiful setting here. So I'm just curious, so how many restaurants or where do you supply all your products?
Deliver to a lot of 1 or 2 stars Michelin restaurants in Austria, Germany, Portugal.
Okay, so all a wide range.
A few countries, yeah.
Yeah, and Helmut, I see there are lots of fish here. Is this where you keep all the fish and farm the fish?
This is a part of, especially for the production. Here we take the fish for the production. Most of the fish we have in other ponds, and I will show you a place, small river where we can go now.
Okay, so 原来这些鱼不是在养殖 in the tank， 是在一个 river 里头，好像是很天然的、很特别的。我们去看一下。
Raising sturgeon in such pristine alpine waters is quite special. Sturgeon producing the highest grade caviar is native to the Caspian Sea, but in 2014 Helmut started his operation here in the mountains and has since made a name for himself with his Austrian Alpen caviar.
Wow, this is a great area. Where are the fish exactly?
The fish are down there.
Okay.
We're going to this place there, but first we have to
change. Okay, okay. 所以我们现在要穿这个 rubber suit.
Okay, so this is so fun. Wow! This scenery is jaw-droppingly stunning. Who would imagine that this natural mountain stream is actually a sturgeon pond? It's just incredible.
So we go through here.
Yeah. Be careful, don't fall. The water is only 5 degrees. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, the water is very, very, very clear here. So where is the water coming from exactly?
It's coming up from this mountain here. It's about 2,000 meters high.
Okay.
And it takes about, I don't know, a few months to come down the water. And it's cleaned by the rocks. This side is the national park.
Okay. 国家公园原来就是在旁边，所以难怪保护的 environment 那么干净。And look how clear this water is. Delicious. Yeah, 这个水好纯，你都可以直接就喝。
Kakalpa National Park is located in the Austrian Alps. Its geological foundation is mainly limestone-based, and it's noted as the largest forest in Central Europe. Here, water from the alpine streams and rivers meets drinking standards. The water temperatures remain low and the water quality is extremely high. Sturgeon grown in these healthy conditions will of course produce caviar with optimal flavor. This is one factor in its taste. A second contributing factor to the caviar's flavor is the exact species of sturgeon being raised here.
3 types of sturgeon inside here. This one, for example, the darker one is Siberian sturgeon.
Okay.
Then sterlet is from Danube also. This is a Russian sturgeon.
Okay. I know worldwide there are about 27 total species.
27. Okay. We are breeding 3 types.
他们选的这种品种，他想养殖的就是原来多瑙河里头是野生的，但是现在因为 a lot of sturgeon becomes endangered， 后来很多东西都变extinct， 然后 where their original locations were, they don't have them anymore. So we're really fortunate to actually see them in a pristine habitat like this. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, now we're going to try to catch one.
Okay, we're going to try to catch one.
You see, you can even.
Oh, okay.
You see how fast they can swim also.
Yeah. Okay.
If they are afraid. Yeah, this one. Okay, you try.
So what's the technique? In with the head first?
In with the head first. Yeah, right? He's moving.
Wow， 这种鱼其实很大一只，但是它们也可以游得很快，但是它们平常的 behavior 就是 very docile, very slow. So, wow, it's amazing. So Helmut, in such a natural, pristine environment, obviously, do people come in and take the sturgeon ever, or?
Unless they don't know where to find the fish, they don't come.
Okay, but so I'm noticing.
This is top secret. Please don't tell anybody.
Oh, of course not. No. Nobody knows we were ever here. Okay. 养鱼的方法 I mean 通常我会想到在池里或是 in a farm or 在筐子里那种东西 but 这个真的是在最天然的 I think it's really really amazing just that they're growing in this type of environment. They have like a luxury life.
Helmut has a network of large and small ponds here for the sturgeon. He started in 2014 with just a few fish, but now takes care of over 5 tons of sturgeon. Helmut lets them roam in as natural an environment as possible, letting them feed on insects, small shellfish, and more so they have the optimal conditions to grow in. Helmut has me visiting today just in time for an important job. Some of the sturgeon are ready to be harvested for caviar.
About what size or how many years old?
Yeah, we have to check this one. Maybe this is too small, but about Siberian sturgeon is about 8 to 10 years.
8 to 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, when he starts to producing caviar spawn. And the Russian sturgeon is about 10, 12, and sterlet is a little bit earlier.
So 真的花很多时间它们才可以成熟. But I'm noticing there must be predators sometimes in the wild, right? Because I'm noticing there's a little nibble on the tail here. So what's going on here exactly?
Yeah, this is the otter, which is unfortunately taking a few fish.
Otter.
Yeah.
And native to this area?
He was native, it's now native again, it's protected and it's attacking fish. He eats about 10 kilos fish per day.
10 kilos of fish?
Yeah.
That's awful.
We're going to leave?
All right.
You can take another one.
Okay.
Put to the tank, yeah?
Okay.
After selecting the mature sturgeon, we're headed back to harvest their caviar. But now looking into this pool, I see something very unusual.
I'm looking here and I see the ones we saw earlier, but I see something, a white sturgeon.
Yeah, this is anomaly of nature.
Okay.
It's a genetical mutation. It has a defect in the genes and the color of the caviar and of the skin is white. Yeah? I can take one out.
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely. 所以这个很特别，有白的，没有看过的。
We'll try this one.
Okay. 很容易就很明显就在水里头可以看得到。Wow.
So you can see
Oh,
here.
that's amazing.
It's completely white.
Okay.
Inside and outside, yeah. So the caviar is also white.
How does that affect the price for this particular caviar?
It's very rare.
Okay.
And this is the reason. It also has a different taste, more smooth, and it's much more expensive. Yeah.
The mutation probability for albino sturgeon is only about 1 in every million, so they are very rare and so is its caviar. Each year, Helmut can only produce about 5 kilograms total of this white caviar. With the price per kilogram of 330,000 Taiwan dollars for the white and 70,000 for the black, the difference in price is almost 5 times.
I see here, Helmut, there are tiny sturgeon here.
Yeah, these are 1 year old, and here we have different. You can hold this one.
Oh,
yeah?
thanks.
This is a Siberian.
Oh, wow.
And this is a Russian sturgeon. This was before existed also in the Danube.
Okay.
I buy the eggs and then we fertilize them. They are fertilized already and we produce someplace.
Okay. 这个差不多1年的。It looks like a little. This is crazy.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, 好像像个 dinosaur 一样。
Caviar production is quite labor-intensive and time-consuming. For example, the adorable 1-year-old fish we just saw will need another 7 years to grow to maturity. 8 years is the general time frame needed for a female sturgeon to start egg production, and harvesting typically takes place during the autumn season. Now, I've eaten caviar before, but I've never seen how it's harvested and processed, so today is definitely a special treat.
刀子进去，但是不要太深进去，会戳破这个鱼卵。So 你看也要戴着口罩。Everything needs to be very hygienic. So insert in here. It's like a surgery, 好像开刀一样。Okay.
So now we take out the caviar.
Oh wow.
Big one.
Oh wow. Okay. So 原来这个鱼卵就是这样子，好长一条，是从上面 all the way down to 这边。很多我没有看过这样子。
This is about almost 2.3 millimeters, 2.8, 2.9, very nice size.
他说这个 size 今天是很好的。
Holy smokes! So, this is what the fish eggs look like before it's processed into caviar. After being extracted, the eggs have to be cleaned. So now we start the processing.
你看这个也是很费工的，因为这个整个清洁的这个 process。清理这个把鱼的籽 separate from all this membrane 需要差不多半个多小时，然后也是慢慢的在这边压，不能压太用力，否则会把这个鱼籽挤破。原来这个鱼籽不能碰水，最好它跟水接触的时间是越短越好，但是还是要洗干净。所以这种的步骤，然后这种的手工的 processing 也有技术。
This is like the fat of the meat. People don't like it or like it, I don't know.
所以你看，好细的工，在这边用小钳子把这些筋 and everything 拿掉。一勺的这个 caviar 好像很少，这个就是一粒一粒一粒的，人家就在这边已经挑过了，再洗过的，说，难怪这么贵。
It's important to work quickly when processing the caviar to keep its quality. It's carefully cleaned, seasoned only with sea salt, and is vacuum sealed all within the span of half an hour. Processed like this, the caviar can keep for up to 2 months. At a price of about 1,200 Taiwan dollars for 30 grams, these delicate tiny gray pearls are definitely expensive. The caviar I've had before was always part of a Michelin dining dish, so now I'm excited to try the most traditional way of eating caviar by itself.
The best way to experiment caviar is on the hand.
The hand?
On the pure.
And why on the hand?
So it gets a little bit the temperature from the hand, and you have the purest taste without any influence.
No influence. Okay. And temperature is important too.
Yeah, it comes from the ice, so it maintains fresh.
Okay.
But on the hand, it gets a little bit the temperature of the mouse.
And then the flavor kind of.
Okay, we are tasting today. This here is caviar from the Siberian sturgeon. It's a nice black color, and it has a butter flavor, very mild, soft, smooth. And here we have real Ossetra. Many times it has a green color, and it's a little bit more nutty, like nuts. Tastes like nuts, more intense. Yeah? I would suggest to start with this one.
Okay.
You take a spoon.
And something special about spoons. What should we let people know? You don't just have it with a regular metal spoon, right?
Never ever eat caviar with a metal spoon. This is horn spoon. We always use here in Austria. We use horn spoon.
And why not using a metal spoon?
Because it gets the flavor from the metal. It's off because of the, how do you call this? The
chemical reaction?
Chemical reaction. You feel it a little, but you feel it, yeah.
So, yung, horn or shell. Okay.
Okay.
So,
a good portion.
Here. It's like a big bite.
Don't bite in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, then put it in your mouth.
Okay.
And press it with the tongue against the
roof of the mouth. Okay, just to spread.
To feel this plopping a little bit, yeah, very smooth.
这个鱼子这是很单纯的，很鲜的一种flavor is still in my mouth. It's delicious. And Helmut, this other variety you were saying?
This real Ossetia. This maybe with beluga the most known.
Okay.
Caviar for me it's the best caviar because it has really intense and nutty taste.
Okay.
You will feel.
你可以已经看这个颜色是比较青绿色的。
It's more soft maybe, and the taste is more intense, I think. But you notice the difference, huh?
Oh yeah. 口感是 very very creamy, 比较软，但是它的 flavor 是比较强，而且比较 concentrated. Very kind of nutty components in there.
These are blinis, yeah.
Okay.
And this is the typical way for Russians especially.
Okay.
We eat caviar with blinis, with egg, yellow from the egg, sour cream, and some onions. And that's you mix on the blini, and
eat it.
That's the most pure, except from the hand, way to eat caviar, and the most traditional maybe. Yeah. And you should put enough of caviar on top of it, because it's better to eat less blinis but with more quantity, so you feel it. I prefer to eat one blini with a lot of caviar than 2 or 3. Gives better flavor.
Okay. 好奢侈哦。Okay, bon appetit.
Bon
okay,
appetit.
Cheers. Okay. In one mouthful, there's a lot going on. There's the fluffiness from the pancake. You get all that caviar richness in there. You have the little bit of tang from the cream, and you have those little bits of the shallot kind of spicing up the mix. And then there's that little bit of richness from the egg as well in the texture. That's a delicious bite.
Explosion in the mouth.
So I do have a question. How did you come to start producing caviar?
We have good fishing water. So when I was a small kid, I started fishing here in the region. But actually, when I was working for an international retail company in Romania, I started in touch with sturgeon. I eat the meat first, then I eat the caviar later in Bucharest.
Yeah.
When I heard that in Austria there are 6 types of sturgeon
that are native.
Okay. And one is still existing.
Okay.
Then I started to invest a little bit more time and started informing, building the plants, the ponds, and etc. and starting to.
So it's just a love for this.
For nature. Yeah.
Helmut and Chef Wolfgang's career paths are actually very similar. Both of them found their calling in food midway through other careers in other fields. With his passion and hard work, Helmut has turned landlocked Austria into one of the world's leading producers of the finest caviar. Helmut's Alpen caviar graces the tables of 80% of all fine dining restaurants in Austria and is also exported throughout the European Union. The examples of Helmut and Chef Wolfgang remind us that as long as we have a dream, it's never too late to achieve it. I say farewell to Helmut as I return to Vienna. I'd like to take some time on my own to explore and savor the sights and tastes of this marvelous city.
我之前跟 the chef from the Pramerl the Wolf came to 这个小的咖啡厅，我觉得是很值得跟大家分享一下 because the inside interior is quite charming, and especially when we come to Europe, we really want to see this kind of local atmosphere and get a nice flavor of the local Viennese cafe culture. Hello. So we made it inside, we ordered at the counter, and we have some amazing things on the table. If you take a look, the decor is just very, very interesting. A lot of history in here. You can take a look. These little 抽屉好像像中药行里头的抽屉, but actually the labels on here are for spices and things like that. So at some point this must have been used as antique spice store or something like that. So there's a lot of history, and there are tea things all over the wall. I was recommended by Chef Wolfgang to try out some of their croissants, which are the best croissants in town. You can hear it's all crispy here. It's not soft, but also the inside is nice, layered of laminated dough. Rich, buttery, hard to beat a good croissant anywhere you can find. Why not have some tea with this? And 这个茶壶跟我们台湾用的有一点不一样的, but 现在很流行. There's a little bit of Japanese influence, so that's where this is coming from. I'm gonna pour myself some tea here. But very typical afternoon here in Europe, in Vienna. Stop, have a tea, have a little pastry, have a snack, and just enjoy what the city has to offer.
This is my style of travel. I love walking around and browsing at my own pace to get a sense of what it's like to be a local. Often taking time like this in a city is far better than rushing around trying to visit every single museum and popular tourist hotspot.
The other day, I was here at this special cheese store with the chef from the Pramerl and the Wolf, and we met Klaus, who is the store owner, who is a very colorful character, but I didn't have that much chance to talk to him. I'm a little bit curious about his story and want to know a little bit more, so we're back here visiting him today. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Klaus.
Hello.
It's Jason.
Jason, hello, Jason.
I was here before with Chef Wolfgang.
Yeah, sure.
And I just didn't have too much time to look around before.
So welcome back.
So I hear that you are starting to produce your own wines or doing some fermentation.
I
Is that
started
right?
winemaking, but I don't producing wine.
Ah,
so it's
okay.
My knowledge behind. I started the business with starting winemaking. But I always was a little bit better drinking wine than making.
I think we all are pretty good, yeah. So Klaus, when I came in before with Chef Wolfgang, I think I just noticed right off the bat that you really seem to love what you're doing and just being around here, so.
Yeah, so I started winemaking some years ago, and from one thing to another, I fall in love with good products and with good food, with organic and natural produced food from small farmers. And it's always fine to do something you love. So I love cheese, I love wine. The best thing you can do is selling them to other people and enjoy and share my love and my inspiration with other people.
Fantastic life philosophy. And a happy one.
It always should be a little bit more happiness in our life.
I tried some cheeses the other time, but I didn't try any wine when I was here. So could you maybe pour me a glass of something you think I like, and I'll have it out on the patio?
Take a place. I will come out to you in a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So if you actually take the time to slow down in your travels abroad, you'll get to meet amazing people like Klaus with fascinating personalities who you may not have otherwise met. And just another thing about vacationing in Europe, oftentimes we are running around from landmark to landmark trying to fit in as much as you can in the day, but I really encourage you, slow down, take it easy, have a glass of wine, sit down, relax, and just looking around, you see the architecture here, other people having a cocktail here in the evening stroll. It's a great way to really get a sense of the feel and the atmosphere of the city that you're in. So, prost to everyone. My number one impression of Vienna is a sense of being happy and enjoying life. The stories of Chef Wolfgang, Alpen Caviar farmer Helmut, and cheese shop owner Klaus have been so inspiring. They all went through midlife career changes, changed directions, and found success in bold new challenges by putting all their energy into their passions. With this attitude, life every day can be fulfilling and joyful. In our next episode, I visit a 2019 2 Michelin star awarded restaurant whose head chef leads with a bold personality. Though located in Vienna, which is far from any ocean, this restaurant focuses on fish and seafood preparations. I wonder what to make of it.